Get a load of this guy. He's got abs of steel, a very long sword, and a fig leaf as big as a saucepan. For centuries, in cities across the world, this is what the official male nude looked like. A muscle man, a superman, a man of action, a victor in the battle of history. This is a nude that says in no uncertain terms, I won, I'm invulnerable, I'm immortal. But we're not immortal, are we? We're just flesh and blood. And what has art got to say about that? Here, in Tate's great collection, there's another kind of male nude waiting to be found. This is another warrior. He too has a shield, and he too is made from bronze, the medium of permanence and public memory. But this warrior comes from the mid-20th century, the age of World War and the atomic bomb. And what a feeling of pain and pathos, of twisting and toppling, more has caught in this body. The metal skin, scarred and pitted, the eye like a bullet hole, bony limbs wrenched around painfully. And that foot hovering poignantly above ground, telling us that this is the moment when the blow is struck and the body falls. So this, Henry Moore tells us, is what the heroic male nude looks like in the wake of World War. Not upright and victorious, but falling and terribly vulnerable. Francis Bacon is another master of the mortal nude. These three panels announce themselves grandly as a kind of altarpiece for our times, yet they also encode a wrenchingly personal story of Bacon's lover, George Dyer, who died in 1971. And I've enlisted help to confront this mighty work from Australian painter Ben Quilty, who's wrestled with matters of survival and mortality in his own richly brushed paintings. So why should nudes look like this when they could be happy and beautiful? Why is it important for artists of the nude to address our fragility, our mortality?
It's about the human condition, and the human condition at its core has life and it has death. So the painting, in a way, is a homage to the loss of the love of his life. It's these sad little vignettes of and twisted, tormented feeling of being alive, of having a gay lover, of trying to fit into society, and of standing up against that and saying, I am here, I am alive, this was my lover, I loved him and he loved me. And this painting has a sense of immediacy, but in actual fact, there's thousands of brush marks to make this painting, which I'm always intrigued with Bacon's work, that the surface looks so dry and yet there's such vital energy in the work. Really the most beautiful colour on the surface of the whole work is this one mauve purple patch under the disappearing figure through the door into the bleakness of eternity.
This, for me, is one of the true paradoxes of the mortal nude. The way a great nude can be both brutal and beautiful, sorrowful and sublime, anxious yet also uplifting. Louise Bourgeois was a fearless explorer of these paradoxes and emotional extremes, and she distilled them towards the end of her extraordinary career in the form she called the arched figure. The feeling here is not public or victorious, but private. It's deeply ambiguous. Is this a state of agony or of ecstasy, or one of dreamlike transport, the figure swooning back like a diver into some unnamed state? This is a sculpture that does not let us off the hook. Standing here, we can't help feeling protective, as if this body were in our care, and we feel the extremity of the pose in our own spines and neck and toes. That's the power of the mortal nude at its most compelling. to sharpen our awareness of that other vital and vulnerable body, the one that each of us inhabits.